Hello guys and welcome to episode 1 of Blockhood. It's a city building, vertical sim tower like ecology balancing city builder. That was a really long explanation of what this game is. But we're going to dive straight into the game and I'm going to show you how it is and how it works. We're not going to do the tutorial. I've done that off camera already. And let's just set ourselves up a city here. I've been playing through this game, having a bit of fun, learning how it works, and I'm going to explain to you how the game works as we play it. So, unleash your creativity. I'm going to make a note there that unleash is spelled incorrectly, because I'm letting the developer know, as this is a beta version, any bugs that we come across, that's to be expected. So welcome to the Sandbox Mode. Here all your blocks are available for you to create. Try the tutorials first to learn how to play. Well, I've already done that. So we have down here a list of different building blocks that we can use in our city. Each of them has their own input and output. Let's take the ones that we have in the tutorial that I'll mention to you first here. This is a well. Has no input, but it outputs water. So that means it basically infinitely produces water. We have the same with electricity, producing electricity. And then as you go along, you want to try and string these together. For instance, trees take 1 water, produce 0.5 fresh air, and then you can go for flats, which take in fresh air, electricity, water, and output labour, and that will help buildings grow. That's as far as I've got in the tutorial. That's basically the tutorial helps you to do that. Let's close this window here. So let's start off by putting down some of these basics and see how we go. So we're going to have a well first of all. I'm thinking, I've not really done a sandbox before. We're going to have a well at each side. Let's turn off the inspect mode. There we go. If we click inspect down here, we can look at the block. And we can see that it's working because at the top here, the cog and the little person there, if it's sort of a reddy orangey colour, it's not working. If it's this sort of greeny colour, it is. So that's fine, it's producing water. We can see that if we click on our analysis button, so we can see how much of the different items we're making. There we go. So from what I can gather with the money, it's not an amount of money you have to spend, it's a balance that you want to try and keep. As with everything, we want to balance what we do. Now I will mention here, one thing I don't quite understand about the game yet is, if we look at these, they output 1 water each. This has given us an output of 4 water. So is the output cumulative or does it change over time? We'll see as we go along in the game, because now it's going up to 5. So you would think that perhaps each tick it's giving you 2 water in total and it's increasing, but it doesn't always work like that. We shall see. So anyway, we're now producing lots of water. Let's try and produce some air to help our people. So let's put down a couple of small trees first of all. So we'll have 1 there. Oh, there we go. Let's try that again. Why is the tree going invisible? Like I said, there can be a few bugs sometimes. Let's try 1 this side. There we go. We get a tree. So you can let me place 1 here? Yes, there we go. We get a tree. Excellent. So these trees take 1 water each and produce 0.5 fresh air. So that's going to give us a whole total of 1 fresh air. And the water is still increasing, so it looks like you should be able to be placing more trees. Let's place another 1 either side. Let's just rotate this around a bit more. Here we go. Get back round here again. Nice, there we go. So 4 trees, each of them taking 1 water. So that should be 4 water that we're taking. We're still producing a healthy amount of infinite water, and we're now making fresh air. Although the water's now deciding to drop. Up, down, up, down. We'll see how that goes, but we're producing 2 fresh air. So each of those is producing half. Excellent. So now we're thinking, let's start producing some flats. So what does a small flat need? It needs 1 fresh air, 1 electricity, and 1 water. Let's make some electricity. Now in the tutorial, you're given the option of using the solar panel, which produces 2 electricity. What else do we have here? Wheat farm, windmill. Well, that costs money and produces 2. Vegetable farm, got water tower. Oh, that produces lots of water, uses some money. Oil tank. Oh, there's all sorts of production chains that we can set up here. Fish farms. Wow, incinerators. They take inorganic waste, okay. Biomass generator. Oh, this is going to be excellent, trying out all of these. Well, we'll go for the solar panel first of all. So let's place a solar panel there. And press spacebar. I'm going to also place one here. And it doesn't cost anything, and it gives us 2 electricity outputs, so that's fine. Now what you also want to do, if we close that one down, is look at this one here to see the data of the block to take better decisions. So basically we get some different data information, so we can look at the blocks we're building. The decay data. So if things aren't getting the inputs that they need, they will eventually decay and disappear from the map. So as you build up your cities, you want to keep that in mind. So decay's okay. White's fine, red is bad. Production data. See if things have been producing lately. Again, red is bad. Now, oddly enough, they're producing, it's saying these aren't, but they're not decaying, although they're slightly looking like they're going pinkish, maybe turning red, which is odd because we were producing enough water. Let's go back to inspect. So one of these whales produces 1 water. Each of these takes 1. So it's adding up the total. It's not judging it by distance. So we're producing 2 water in total. That is enough for 2 trees, isn't it? Because they take... So maybe it's sort of sharing the water between them. So eventually I think these trees are going to die. Yes. So 1 well, but although what's odd is... That's producing 1 water. These both take 1 water, but they're doing fine. But these aren't. I don't quite understand how that works. See, sometimes it's cumulative, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you get more water, sometimes you get less. Something a bit odd there, but, you know, we'll go with it. We'll see how we go. So that's the production data. Let's close that menu there. So we've seen that. They've been producing lately, green or red. And we have the access data, whether things have access to the outside. You can't just build in the middle. You need to have things have access to the outside. You don't have to build everything by the edge. You have corridors. If you build something in the middle, then you can attach one of these corridors, or we have structured corridors to the edge, you know, to make things look nice. And then we have structure data, so that's fine. White is weak, blue is good. So as we go up, oh, there we go. The tree has decayed. Let's close that menu down. Aha, let's zoom in a bit. So that's weird. So it has actually disappeared and decayed. Well, what we can do is the other one's going to go as well. Let's delete. No, that's create. Let's delete those 2 trees. I don't know why that's saying it's going to delete as well. Maybe it isn't. Let's see whether the water production is fine. So that should be perfectly balanced water now, shouldn't it? Each of those producing 1. We have 2 trees that take 1, so that should even out. So we've got plenty of electricity anyway. There we go. Right, let's build our first flat. Let's turn that mode off. And that is listed in the buildings. We have all sorts of buildings here. Markets, offices, corner flats, bakeries, all sorts of things. But the flat, it has an input. Let's scroll down a bit. Of fresh air, 1. Yep, we've got that, hopefully. Electricity and water. So I think we're going to need more water before we do that, because our trees are taking up our water. Let's have a water tower. There we go. And that should give us a nice healthy boost in water. And let's place a flat. I'm going to place that in the middle here. There we go. If you want to rotate that, you inspect it and click the R button. There we go. And you can turn it round. Now that is not going to be joined to the other items. If we do this one and this one, there we go. They're not connected up. So we're going to add a little path here. Oh, no, not that one. That one. There we go. So that should now be connected. Hopefully. Maybe that needs to rotate round. Oh, there we go. Look, it takes a while to kick in. Does it have to be connected to the back or the sides? Is that the... Oh, no, I'm rotating the wrong thing. Because as soon as we did that a second ago, it changed. Oh, there we go. It needs to be connected to the back for some reason. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll go with that. So we're now inputting. Let's have a look. Fresh air, electricity, water. It's green in the top right corner here with the cogs. That's working fine. That will output for us labour, grey water. I'm assuming that's just waste, and organic waste. So sewerage and organic waste. So food and things like that. Here we go. We can see it on our list here. Organic waste. We're producing 2 consumers, which I think is the Labour? Oh no, consumers. That's people to go and buy stuff. It's not listed on here. Yep, that makes sense. And grey water, we've got 8. Even though it only outputs 4. What can we do? Let's turn that off there. Let's see, what can we do to deal with that grey water? Oh, that's interesting. What have we got here? Structures, plazas, light posts, social capital. Oh man, there's all sorts of things here, isn't there? Okay, let's have a look through. So, wheat farm, vegetable farm, solar panels, inorganic waste. No, well, that's not what we've got. We've got organic waste, I think. Yes, organic waste and grey water. That's what we're trying to look for. Algae farm. We'll take grey water, produce algae and water. Okay. Is there anything that takes grey water and organic waste? Oh, that will produce electricity. It needs 4. What are we getting here? 1 organic waste, 4 grey water. Okay. 4 grey water. Let's have an algae farm. Will that work over here, even though it's not connected? Let's see. Let's do a test. Let's add that there. So nothing's decaying. That's good. They're not producing yet. Access is fine. So let's see that whether that's in the same block, whether that is actually going to still... Yes, it's lit up green. So it's taking the grey water that we have over here. Producing algae and extra water. We have 74 water. Excellent. So that's really bumped up our production there. And we need to get rid of our organic waste as well. Let's see what we've got that takes 1 organic waste. That will take 1 organic waste water, produce fish and another grey water. Okay. That took 4 grey water. That takes 4 grey water. So we'd have an excess of grey water. But what we could actually do is add another flat on top, because I think if we do that and then add lifts so they can get up and down. Where's the lifts? I've seen them here. Oil tank. There we go. Elevator. Let's add elevators to the side. There we go. Check. Aha, lights are coming on. So nothing's decaying. I don't think that produces anyway, does it? That just uses electricity and money. Yeah, so that's fine. There's the money. Money's going down. There we go. So access. That should be okay. Is there any reason? Does that need to be connected there? Or should that just kick in? Sometimes it takes a few seconds just for things to kick in and you know it's working again. So let's just wait for that. Structural integrity is fine. I'm wondering whether I need to add a little connection to the back here, perhaps. Let's turn it around once more. Let's have a look, which is this one. If I add one of those, aha, there we go. So that's now got a connection, which means that will then kick in any second now, hopefully, with a connection as well. Yeah, well, that's not going to produce anyway, is it? That's not producing yet. Is that short of anything? Let's take a look. Let's scroll this round again. Let's inspect our top house here. Okay, it's got a little symbol on the people front. Oh, is that the inputs and the outputs, maybe? The cog's the input and the person's the output? Now that's going to decay and disappear for some reason. Yeah, look. That should be connected because we've got flats here. Let's rotate that around. I don't think we need another block of flats. Another elevator above it. Let's try. I thought it was just the same one, went up and down. So still some things to learn about the game. In the tutorial, you just place one elevator. We can just... Yeah, there we go. Look, it's gone. That's very weird. Maybe. Let's delete both of those. Because like we said, we're not spending money. We're trying to balance our money. Let's grab another elevator and put it this side. Okay. So what are we struggling with here? Grey water. We have... Oh, yep, thank you. We have an excess of grey water. No, we don't. So that's fine again. I'm assuming the plus 24 means that's okay. Let's have a look. That's outputting 4, and that takes 4. So where the 24 comes from, I really don't know. After this, I've got a list already of a few little bugs and things I've come across. I'll be dropping those over to the developer so he can check those out. I want to put another small flat on top of here. Let's try that again. That should be okay. Let's do the access again here. There we go. And that should give access for that flat. So we'll leave that as it is and hope that that's going to work okay. It's going to decay again, isn't it? Grey water, of course, yeah. We need another algae farm, don't we? Where was that? Was that this one of these up here? Let's add another algae farm to take their grey water, which they're going to be outputting. Organic waste, we still haven't actually covered that, but it looks like that's never a problem. If we're outputting organic waste and it's not going anywhere, they only decay if their inputs aren't met. So, you know, that's fine. Again, that's not connecting, is it? That's frustrating, that, because in the tutorial, that's all you had to do was place one of these there. Let's rotate that and that, whether it needs the flats at the back. Let's go that way and that way. Doesn't like it that way. Doesn't like it that way. Yeah, that has to connect there. Another thing I'm wondering is if we... Let's have a look. Delete that. Let's roll this round. And that... Could I put the elevator here? Okay, that provides connection there. Is there enough electricity? Yeah, we've got 119 electricity. I'm not entirely sure why that is a problem. Money is going down. Okay, well, we're producing labour. We'll come back to that. And also we've got 44 consumers. So what sort of buildings can we have that will take consumers? Is there like a basic sort of shop? Bakery, it's going to poor people living in here. That's going to disappear, isn't it? 4 consumer, 1 labour takes money and community. Oh, it outputs money and community. So we could build a cafe. Let's put a cafe next to here. Let's see whether that's connected. So they won't connect via other buildings, which seems a bit odd to me. Or maybe they do and it needed rotating. Let's see. Let's rotate that around. Nope. 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 I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to delete that from there. Oh, my building's gone above. Which is the one I was going to build? A cafe. Let's put it here. Yes, there we go. So that's now built. Stop showing me that. Clicking the wrong button. Let's scroll in and see that. Oh, why is that one flashing? Oh no! Did that have no connection? That's a... Did that need to go on the edge? Let's see. Or maybe... Oh, I'll tell you what. That probably was not having its needs fulfilled. We've got grey water here. See, we're producing 16 from one flat. Let's remove that. Yeah, I'll definitely be asking the dev, how is it that we get to these numbers here? Because I was sort of thinking that you could add it up as you go. You know, that this would output, let's have a look, that would output 4 grey water and that would be it. So then you'd need to balance that up with an input of 4 grey water. But grey water, we have 12, and it's going down. So that bit I'm not quite understanding. But we'll get there. But this is working. This is taking 4 consumers. So, labour, grey water, organic waste. What was it that was producing consumers? Output, just labour. Consumers and labour. It's producing money and 1 community. So our money is hopefully going up. We're on 36. I'm just going to see if I can fiddle around here a bit and get this block of flats working above. Okay, I haven't been able to get the flats working, but I'm still just checking out some of these other items that we've got here. There's some really cool things here. Oh, why is that flashing? It's flashing. It has accessibility. It's not producing. What does that need to produce? Inputs youth. Ah, we have no youth input for the playground to work. How on earth do we get youth as an input? What outputs youth? Well, youth would come from children, I would assume. Oh, there we go, youth. A corner flat. Ah, only people in corner flats. Can I place that on the ground down here? Let's see. So that's going to be inaccessible. Yeah, we need one of these around the back. Let's add that in. There we go. For some reason that's saying it's inaccessible there. Let's see what happens, whether that kicks in or not. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't understand. When things are connected, they should be accessible. Ah, they are accessible. There we go. That's fine. Oh, it's the production data. It doesn't produce. Ah, that should be producing some youth. So the people in the corner flats produce youth. Let's have a look. Fresh electricity, water in, organic waste, grey water, labour out. And it did say it produced youth. So hopefully... Let's have a look at this. There we go. Yep, it's happy with the youth. Producing a community. That's good. So we've got 2 community now from our cafe and our playground. Man, some of these, there's vegetables, there's all sorts of things here that we can keep in balance. So if this little list here was more understandable, like it's saying minus 536 water, that makes no sense at all. Look at that, the lights are coming on. I don't know why the lights aren't coming on here, because we've got all the stuff that we need. Although it says down 200 and lots on electricity. But you can see with all the different blocks that you've got and all the different production chains, this is going to be a fantastic game. So that needs consumer, labour and community. Oh, we can have a newsstand. Let's add a newsstand in here. So I'm going to get in touch with the dev. Fill him in on some of the things that maybe need a little bit of tweaking and stuff like that, and we will be back soon with another episode. I've been really looking forward to getting stuck into this game. If you've enjoyed the video and you would like to see more, please leave a like, and if you're new, please consider subscribing as well. Let's add a cactus in here. And we can see some more Blockhood very soon. And also you can see on the screen other videos that I make, other city building games that you may enjoy. So please consider subscribing as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick peek at Blockhood. I will be back for more. I've been very excited about this game. I'm just throwing things in now just to see what they look like. I can't wait to play more, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.